Welcome back to See Ya.
See ya!
Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down and the game is tied.
I'm William Rosen.
I'm John Burr.
Deep to right field. There it goes!
Welcome back to See Ya, a New York sports podcast. Taken from the legendary Michael K. phrase, there it goes, see ya. I'm William Rosen.
And I'm John Burr.
And John, we're back. A little bit of a school hiatus. Busy times, busy year, busy end of the year. As we approach June, we're done with school. Summer content is going to be for real.
Off the hook.
Off the hooks, weekly, even bi-weekly almost. You never know.
You mean?
Twice a week, yeah. Bi-weekly, no, but twice a week. John, we're back, and so are the Yankees. Yes. Yankees and Rangers. This is going to be a New York sports update, New York news.
Yes.
As we want to give our thoughts and our opinions on what's happening in the world of preferably hockey and baseball.
Actually, time out. Before we start discussing, I want to give a shout out to my Jets for just killing the draft.
I'll take a shout out for the Giants as well.
They had a good first round. And they signed both of them today.
They did, Neal and Thibodeau.
Thibodeau. We got 5. That's a sexy number.
For $50,000 donation from Graham Gano.
Oh, yes. To Dogs Behind Bars.
Mm-hmm. Weird name, but...
I think they're taking out the dogs. Who let the dogs out? Graham
Gano let the dogs out.
But the Jets are going to be a very solid 8-9. That's what's going to happen.
That's a good record for your Jets.
Put it on the board. The Giants
time out for me on this hand. Speaking of John predictions, before we even get into
I think this is
hockey,
on the podcast.
It is on the podcast.
So we'll have to look at this.
Unrelated to hockey and baseball, Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. John, you called it.
I said it would be Heat over Warriors in the finals. That's looking pretty good.
Pretty good. As the Warriors...
They advance.
They advance, and the
Heat
advance. I feel like, John, the Heat could get there easily.
Yeah, I think they could. Well, it depends.
Depending on how their defense is.
Well, the Heat, the defense unit's always going to be great. It depends.
Who they play.
It depends who they play. Cause I think they actually probably have a better chance
against the Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yeah.
Given that Bam could probably at least hamper Giannis, and if there's no Middleton, Jimmy could run wild.
And then for me, on the other hand, I feel like the Warriors have a significant advantage if they play Mavericks.
Yeah.
I feel like they're way too tough for them.
Yeah, although I hope the Mavericks win because...
You're a Maverick?
No, I like
Luka?
Frank's down.
Frank's playing very good defense. Great defense.
20 minutes game, in your face, give me the hand. That's what he's doing.
That's what we miss from Frank.
Okay, let's talk about New York. Mavericks are New York. Let's talk about...
Mavericks are New York, basically.
Yeah, let's talk about the New York emblem.
And we want to go ahead and start us off with some Mika Magic.
Yeah, the Rangers. This has been a very, very
stressful
tough series. I have watched every game of the season with full intensity. William was a shaky start to the season, but he's come around for the playoffs.
I'd say I'm the biggest I've been ever for me. But I know my stuff.
Yes. William has watched a majority of the playoff games. He took a night off for personal reasons. What a selfish guy.
And I also watch a lot of the end of the season.
Who would do that?
Middle season and end of season.
I mean, Rangers, sports over everything. Would you... Okay, let me ask you this question. If there was a Knicks Game 7, what would you do in a situation of last night? There was a function last night.
Prom, not necessarily anything. Prom's a pretty big thing. Knicks Game 7. What is the start time on that? 7:30. 8.
I can't difficult.
Okay.
Junior
prom. Watch the New York Knicks game.
I agree. You should put some hand on it. Epidermis that. Yeah.
So some Rangers news. Game 7 is tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Sunday, May 15.
The 15th, yeah.
May 15. And John, this has been one of the most stressful series for you and me.
I enjoy watching.
It's not fun. It's not fun.
I was watching it on an Amtrak train in the quiet car. I couldn't express my...
You were in the district yesterday.
I was like having like I did not look like a normal person in that car. Like when the Penguins scored the first goal, I was like,
And what happened when they scored the second one?
oh, I couldn't see that because I was like breaking up. I was like in a tunnel or something in Delaware.
On the Acela or standard Amtrak?
I was standard.
Standard Amtrak's the way to go.
Acela is
Rip off.
a rip-off because you only
Shout out Amtrak.
You only save 45 minutes and it's like $400 more.
That's not true.
That's not true.
$400.
I don't know what it is. But
$400.
my sources say it's a lot of moolah.
Moolah.
That's what Wanda told me.
And so we'll start off with game one, John, for the Rangers.
Yeah, we can recap every game.
Game one, for me, I've told him, the most stressful sporting event I think I've ever watched. Out of everything. Timing, out of confusion, out of enjoyment.
Yeah, I don't really think I can say that because I like understand the game one really doesn't mean anything.
But let's tell them what happened.
It was fun to watch. You
3
know.
periods, 20 minutes, another overtime, 20 minutes.
I don't necessarily remember the exact. Well, actually, I do. Fox scored first, and Kopp scored second. And after the first period, Fox was the only scorer, and Kopp scored on a trailer, I think.
And then there was
from
2 injuries.
No. Well,
Goodrow?
Raquel got hurt.
Goodrow?
Well, yeah, but that didn't happen. That happened in the game. We'll talk about that later. So it was a tie game. With a lot of Kakko drives to the net. He gets pushed into.
They counted up. They never counted it actually.
They did count it.
They had no call.
No. That was.
Oh, they did count it.
That was the.
That was the
game
3.
No, that was game 4 against Nemeth when he hit it in.
Okay.
It was Bude. And then
so they counted it.
He passed it to Hedel. Hedel puts it in.
And they
count it. And everyone goes wild. Sam's like, "Oh baby, what a goal!" And then they review it, and it's like very
middle
line. It's nothing's obvious. It's very difficult to see. It's very.
He was pushed. He was
very
pushed.
Subjective.
He was pushed though.
He was pushed.
But he was also going before he was pushed.
He was very.
Iffy. I would have. The call on the ice was scored.
Should have stood. If it went the other way, I would have been okay. If the call on the ice was no goal,
good, then it made sense.
It would have made sense.
But the call on the ice was score the goal.
So that made no sense. Then Then
Domingue came in.
Yeah, Domingue. Well, we'll tell his story the whole way. Then the rest of the game happens. It's really relatively conservative. Rangers don't have really any good chances, and then in the beginning of the third, or the middle of the third, Malkin gets a deflection and they win. And we deserved to lose that game. We didn't win that game. That was a good. That was a good game for us. Game on.
We saw the start of Louis Domingue, who we've gotten used to so far.
Yeah, he's played extraordinary. He's beaten Shesterkin in almost every game, except the last game, where he was really bad. So then we'll go on to game 2. What do you think? What did you think of game 2?
Game 2, that was the
game where we won 5-2.
Our friend, our colleague was there.
Oh yes, our colleague was there.
Benji. We won that one.
He'll be there game 7, so that's good luck.
Shout out, Benji. That was a good one. I think that was more of a complete game than the previous one.
That was a good game. Oh, we didn't even talk about the 2 injuries in game 1. Lindgren has some sort of knee injury that he's battling still. I don't even know what's wrong with him because they never disclose. So he's still battling that. Goodrow, in the third period, took a shot to the ankle, shattered his ankle, played the rest of the game on it. I don't know how. These guys are
Danny Green style.
These guys are so tough. Not Danny Green style. Never. These basketball players get touched and they're crying. So, these hockey players are nasty MFers, man. So, he plays the rest of the game. He is a massive loss.
Barclay?
Yeah, Barclay is a massive loss. We probably would have won game 3 if we had him.
And then move on to game 3.
Game 3 was every game in Pittsburgh relatively the same, except for.
You know what annoys me tremendously?
Yeah, I have that. So, the Penguins. Let's just game 3 we really should have won. We had 4 power play chances and we didn't score on one of them.
It's up. Power play.
And then I think Heinen just slid one past Georgiev, really soft goal. And Igor's.
That was
really
so stupid.
Got to Igor. It was not
Smart
stupid,
on there.
Extremely smart. It really got to him. Although it wasn't entirely his fault, he was left out to dry. Our defense was just horrible. That 2-game stretch.
Game 4.
Let's not talk about that. That was horrible.
Then we'll go over to Game 5.
Game 5, Lindgren comes back, puts team on his back, Greg Jennings style. You know that, right? Oh man, I have to show you that video later. You know what it is. You just don't remember. Got the team on his back, though.
Do I know what that is?
Yeah, you do. Okay.
6.
We Game 5. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit of a hypocrite.
We should have lost.
I did just say nothing comes over Rangers, but we went
Yankees?
to we went to a team dinner.
Oh
on
yes,
Wednesday night.
yes. I was part of the
That wasn't. I'm not proud of that. That wasn't good. But
part of the Yankees.
I just had to. You know, I'm part of the team. You know how it is. I forgive. That was a sin. That's not okay. I mean, you were there too.
Yeah.
I mean, we both are wrong for that. But
And I couldn't watch Game 6, but I just watched the complete highlight.
yes, in Game 6, I was watching, but my viewing experience
Was not ideal.
was not ideal. I watched in a cab where the guy was listening to like how everyone and their mother died from COVID. I don't know why it was even on radio,
But how do you like the pass from Mr. Igor?
Sturkin. That was an amazing pass.
He's a great
And-
puck handler.
Yes, he can really handle the puck. He's good with the ball, and he's a good handler of the ball. And and then at the end of the third, I got home into my humble abode for the third period. That was the most intense I have ever watched a sporting event in my life. I was...
You know my most intense
No,
sporting event, right?
look,
You know what it is?
I don't know, but I know if this was the Knicks, you could have been in the nude. I was not. I was covered up in a blanket, like screaming and squirming in my bed. And then when the fabled puck went through Louis Pork and Broccoli's grasp
Into the
and
empty
into the
net?
goal, I may have fainted.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
I may have fallen over. A bunch of things could have happened. It was a wild series of events.
Well, do you know my most intense sporting event watch, man?
Please share.
It's going to be the 2019 NBA Draft Lottery, where me and my grandpa were in the living room on our knees
That's such a
on
Knicks
yoga
fan.
mat. Thank you.
And were you happy that we got RJ?
I was happy, and it's been a...
How could you have been happy?
I was not happy, but now I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, the number 2 pick would have been nice, but actually, both of them are heavily injury prone. So
Rowan's not.
That's what I mean.
Oh, yes.
Jaw
and Ziansson.
Yes, of course, Jaw is injury prone. He's not. But.
So we'll move on. Not move on, but the Rangers. Oh my goodness, it's a fun series to watch. Game 7 is tomorrow.
And we didn't even talk about the biggest factor of Game 6. Crosby didn't play.
Crosby injured concussion. He won't play tomorrow. But
That's not. I mean, I don't. It's unclear. He's gonna play tomorrow. So.
That's your guess, or your?
No, he's gonna play. I know that he's gonna play. Raquel will be back. I would be mildly shocked if Tristan Jarry did not play. Do you know who that is?
Who's their goalie?
Tristan Jarry.
Okay.
Although, I mean, throwing him into Game 7, no room for error. I mean, well, the Bing's been average.
Above average, I'd say.
No,
Minus last night.
He's been average, but he's been better than Igor. So, I mean, last night was just that is one of the worst goals I've ever seen.
Over the back.
Yeah, that was just so embarrassing. But he's like, oh my God, all this could cost me. He's not Russian. He's just like
Confused.
very deeply Montrealian.
Montrealian? Alexa, what's the term for someone who lives in Montreal?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Wikipedia.org, a Montrealer is someone...
Montrealer!
Oh, the classic ER.
He's a classic Montrealer.
Yes, okay. So a Montrealer. And he cooks too. So what a great lad. Oh, Canada. So tomorrow's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be war.
It's a perfect transition, John. We'll take a break before we go into it, but the bloodbath there is in the American League East, specifically in the Bronx.
Actually, before we start, what prediction for tomorrow?
Rangers 5-4 overtime.
Rangers 5-3
Regulation.
regulation. And the Penguins will
I assume lose.
score 2.
Power play
They're going
goal.
to score 2 goals, and we're going to score 5 goals.
Well, you said 5-3.
I know. But 5-3. Excuse me, pardon me. The Penguins are going to score 3 goals, and I am going to reiterate, we're going to score 5 goals. And that, by default,
Is an 8 total.
means that we win.
And it's
And if we win,
We win the
play the
series.
winner of the Bruins and Hurricanes. And their Game 7 is going on as we go on. And then Dave Portnoy, who keeps on tweeting about the Bruins, said, someone tell these fat pig refs it's Game 7. Let's see what the score is of the potential team we could be playing. It is tied
0-0.
9-4-4 left. As a Ranger fan,
in the first period.
I want to play the Bruins because we will get swept.
What about Brad?
We're going to get swept by the Hurricanes.
What about Brad?
Brad's fine. We can deal with Brad. But if we play, I'm sorry.
The district really got to you, man.
I know.
He was in the DC last night. He really got to him.
Sorry, Dr. A. So, I know if we play the Bruins, I think we could advance.
No, the Hurricanes are too difficult.
Yeah, they'd sweep us. But that's not good. Okay, back to the New York Yankees.
Well, we'll talk to you about the Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, when we get back from our sponsor,
Anchor.
Anchor. We'll be back. And we're back. Thank you to Anchor.
Yes,
they
Anchor.
allow us to do all these things, record,
They
edit.
allow us to sit down here like an anchor.
Oh. Beautiful. Speaking of an anchor, the anchor of the team, Mr. Judge, Mr. Stanton, and Mr. LeMahieu, or Mr. Rizzo. Mr. Everyone, Mr.
Mr.
Nestor
Cortez.
Cortez, Mr. Not the worst start, but not the best, Mr. Heel. I'm a
Heel?
heel fan.
Oh, I love Heel.
I'm a heel guy.
Right,
Did we see heel?
Um,
Or we saw Glenn Otto? Who did we see last year in Somerset? We're going back, by the way.
we didn't see Glenn Otto. We saw someone else. Oh, I think we might have seen Glenn Otto, actually. I think we saw Glenn Otto.
We're going back, baby. We're back
We
to
are
Somerset.
going back.
This in
the 23rd.
22nd, I think.
22nd.
But the Yankees, oh my God, it's been it's challenging to watch because of the Rangers, but it's unbelievably fun
I
to watch.
have personally been to 4 games. In those 4 games that I've attended, we are 4-0.
Win?
So I'll name them off. I've been to some memorable games. The first game I went to was a rain-delayed Toronto Blue Jays game. We won that.
Sad sacks?
Yes, Sad Sacks was being played. The second game I went to was a Cleveland Guardians game on a Friday. I saw my dear friend Jake in the other section, Jake Roseman.
Okay.
And someone gave my dad the tickets, and a personal experience I had behind me, whenever the Guardians would get up the bat and ever a pitch was thrown, a woman, I'd say middle-aged, older-aged woman was screaming, "Swing it! Swing it!" Whenever it was thrown to, "Swing it!" In that voice, not like, low voice. I mean, high voice. Swing it!
Was there any altercations between fellow other fans of shut up or be quiet?
No, because we were sitting in the below, and I was sitting next to this tourist who kept on thinking,
This what?
This tourist.
Tourist. Tourist?
Root, potato,
Tomato?
ratio.
Right.
But yeah, so it wasn't good, and I went to the next game on Saturday against the Guardians. That was the game where Quan ran into the wall and Straw had an altercation.
I think you're messing up your dates.
No, this is right.
That was a long time ago, though, at that point.
Yeah.
And there was an altercation between the bleacher creatures.
It wasn't the bleacher creatures. That's a misconception. Because they wouldn't be able to reach the field.
Yeah, okay. It was just front row in the right field.
Right next to the bullpen. And it was Oscar Mercado and Miles Straw. We were cheering that Quan got hurt. We seem like civilized folk. We would never do that. So, please, acquit us from that stereotype.
Us meaning Yankee fans, or us
Yes.
meaning you and your father?
I was not there with my father.
Oh, you and your two friends.
Yes, me and my two friends. Then I went to the game on Tuesday against the Blue Jays, and that was just a wild game. You know, the ejection of Jimmy Garcia.
The walk-off.
I was going to get to that. The just insane walk-off. It would have been wild if the majority of fans was there. It was a cold night. We had just left like 2 runners on base in the 8th, so a lot of people left.
And it was a Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a Tuesday, and it was getting pretty early. So, yeah, I mean, that's my personal experiences. You haven't been to a game yet.
No, we ought to go to one together.
Yeah, we should try to see one. But, yeah, I mean, it's amazing. What do you think of the team?
So, I love the team. I love Nestor, Nasty Nestor. He's a fan favorite, and he's not just like one of these fan favorites who's like, he's a very good pitcher.
Yeah, let me ask you this.
Yes.
In a playoff series,
Who's
think about this
Okay.
logically. Who would like fit best in the bullpen? Who are your 4 starters?
4 starters: Garrett,
Yes.
Severino,
Okay.
Nestor. But actually, at this point in time, Garrett, Nestor, Sevy, Montgomery, 4.
Okay, so
Wait. Oh, and then bullpen? Or no, you go. Okay,
Well, you're saying Tyone's going to go in the bullpen. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
What they would do. This is what they
probably
would do.
put Nestor,
They would
or they wouldn't put Sevy.
They would have Cole, Cortez, Tyone, Montgomery, and they put Severino in the bullpen because he's done that before, and he's shown he is good at it. Tyone is not that type of pitcher. Montgomery is certainly not that type of pitcher.
Cortez is, but he's too good right now.
He's not, because
yes, he is.
He is, but he's like long relief and not like gonna. He's not a typical reliever.
What are your thoughts on Chad?
He's the most mediocre athlete in the world. He's good and he's like bad. There's no in between.
I have another opinion. Thoughts on Mr. Marwin?
Gonzalez, the guy doesn't play.
When he does,
Yeah,
he's just
good.
he has a weird facial
Yeah,
structure.
Well, because he has a beard. He has no beard.
I know. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I
what
guess.
he-
Yeah.
But I mean, he had a big beard, an October beard, but 12 months of the year.
But no, not in New York anymore. But
No, but this iteration of the team, actually, it's about Marvin.
it's fun.
He plays every position but catcher, so that's good. But
Trevino.
Trevino's great. This is up.
Higgy's getting his hits again.
Yeah, well, even that doesn't matter. But the defensive runs saved behind the plate is just extraordinary.
Higgy
We
and
traded
Trevino?
for Ben Rortvedt. My prediction is that he will not play
This season or ever?
on the Yankees this year. He just went to rehab in Tampa and got hurt again. I don't know if you saw that.
It's harpoons, baby.
Yes, he got
Rachel, baby.
He got the knee. The knee got whacked.
Did Rachel do it?
Oh no, Rachel won't do that. Rachel's not that type of
Manager.
educator. But the team is great. You know, they play great defense. I'm gonna go Michael K style here and say there was a great article written in Athletic today by my colleague Ken Rosenthal. And it was yesterday, it was like a couple days ago. It was about how we're limiting stealing against us.
And I got
Last
Go ahead.
year, we were like stolen on like in the top 5. We have allowed tied for the least amount of steals against us this year.
From what I've seen is the pickoffs are pretty good so far.
Yes, they've Matt Blake and Luis Rojas have worked with all the pitchers on how to have better pickoffs. Montgomery, who should have an elite pickoff, did not have one, and now he's like picked off 2 guys. And
Rizzo has 1 glove. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Rizzo-
that man's glove.
It's as good as it gets.
It's as good as it gets. People thought he was done, I guess.
Done?
Not done, but like he kind of felt like this player who's just kind of there,
Yeah, I mean last year he was. I mean,
right? Because you had Voit and you
he
had.
had COVID last year, and he like really.
He was just
off
there.
after
He
that.
felt like he was there.
He had that great Miami series, and he just fell off.
And I think that this team is phenomenal.
I think
If
it's-
Gallo steps up 100%
He's
now,
been playing really. In his last 47 at bats, he's hitting 250.
and he just hit a home run last night.
And you know what 250 means for him. It means he's like on base like 400 because he walks so much. But this team is just special. Like we're on pace to win 121 games. That's obviously not going to happen. But there is
going to be a fault.
I can't remember a team where I went into every game thinking we could win.
It's
weird.
weird.
I don't think they're in this upcoming stretch. We have 6 games in a row against the White Sox and Orioles. I expect 6-0, and honestly,
I'd take 5-1.
I don't think that's good. You're right, but I don't know if that's a good thing because whenever we lose,
It feels like you guys are horrible. You gotta win these games, right?
yeah, well, especially against like the Orioles.
Well, the Orioles are different, but
good.
the Jays are good. I mean, the White Sox are a fine team. I went to a White Sox game since we last talked in Chicago.
And you met Tony,
I didn't meet. I saw Tony. Weird.
just like how I saw Eric Adams because he threw out the first pitch.
But I went to the White Sox game at Guaranteed Rate Field.
How was your experience at Guaranteed Rate Field?
It was good. It felt different. It felt like very suburban-y, which makes sense.
Where is the ballpark?
In Southside.
Is that like in the city?
It's like,
Is it like Yankee Stadium where it's physically in the city, or
yeah, it's more like.
or is it more like Prudential Center where it's off the beaten path?
It's more like Prudential Center / ISON.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it. It felt different than a Yankee game. It was like,
Oh yeah, but there's nothing like that.
even like a Met game too. It was just like
Well,
very.
last time you went to a Met game.
2 years ago? It just felt like very big, and like not very, very like. I don't know what the word is, but it just felt big. It was less capacity than the Yankee Stadium, but it just felt physically huge.
This is important. What did you have to eat?
I had what I was recommended by 2 of my father's friends.
Okay. Your father's friends? Oh gosh.
We shared a sausage. I forget the term. It's German. I think it's Kalbeza. I don't remember,
So
but
you didn't get typical ballpark food.
it is typical ballpark food. It's what they're known for. It's a hot
Is
dog,
it
basically.
Sausage and peppers? Like,
Yes, but yes.
it's just a primo sausage.
No. It's a
Okay, it's
whatever.
a German.
It's a German
like
sausage
with Liberty cabbage, and you know Liberty cabbages is what sauerkraut was in World War II because they didn't like the Germans.
This guy and his history. But yes, I enjoyed the game. It was fun. I saw Shohei. I saw Trout. I saw the
Yes.
Angels. I think that paid for itself.
Yeah,
I've never seen them play. I saw my boy, our boy
Tyler.
Tyler. I saw
He
Tyler
doesn't
Wade.
play, but you know who does play?
Yes, he does. He
But
started.
do you know who plays? Is their everyday shortstop?
Yes, actually. I'm thinking of Washington.
SNU. SNU. Sam. Okay. You want to say it?
You can say it.
Squid.
Yeah.
Andrew Velasquez.
Not what I was thinking of. But
What
yes.
do you think I was saying?
No.
Shohei?
Yeah.
No.
But yes, Velasquez. I was thinking of D. Strange Gordon on Washington.
Oh, no, this is the
I
Yankees.
know. That's what I was thinking. Who did I see pitch? Who did I see?
Oh, well, I know I had Lorenzen.
I didn't see Lorenzo. I forgot who I saw pitch, but it was a good game. White Sox won.
Detmers.
White Sox won. First pitch, home run for Luis.
Robert. Mm-hmm. So, like, first pitch of...
Bottom, yeah. It was fun, but certainly not the Yankees as the Stantonian blasts, the Judgian blasts.
Yeah, it's just the thing about this team that we did not expect. This is why we're so good.
Because we started off bad also.
The pitching is just insane.
Clay.
Clay Holmes is... Well, the bullpen is just sick. I mean, Michael King's had a little drop-off.
I think
but still
minus
really
Chad.
good.
Whenever Chad goes in, I'm like, eh.
Well, Chad Green. I believe everyone can get outs. I think maybe everyone but Lucas Licky could be a closer.
Yeah.
Even
Michael could be
even
a...
Wandy Peralta.
Michael's really good.
Yes. Michael will be a starter one day when we have to get rid of somebody. But,
I think that person is going to be Severino. I don't see him in our future.
Well, he's got some more contract left. I think he's got 2 years left. He might be a free agent after this year, actually. But King's a valuable asset with his contract.
You know what's weird this year? I don't feel like we have like that speed guy. Who's that? Do we have that
No,
speed?
we do.
But like
He's
not
on the IL. From Utica.
Wait,
He's white.
39?
I think that is his number, actually.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I keep thinking of Talkman because that was his number too, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
You want me to tell you guys' name?
It's not IKF. It's hold on. First letter, that last name.
First letter of last name?
Yeah.
L.
Next one.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Low.
Blanking.
Tim LeCastro.
LeCastro. Jesus. I kept thinking
He's a wild
LeMahieu.
Speedy. He's a wild Speedy. He's on the IL, but we don't. I guess we don't need that at the moment. If it were up to me, I'd have Esteban Florial up because he can run.
We also have that crazy speed on that Judge run the other day.
Yeah, I mean Speedy for him.
Home to first.
Yeah, I mean just like the little things are doing so much better. Like we're stealing so many bases. You know how many stolen bases like Rizzo has? He has like 3, and Judge has.
The Rizzo stand-up triple.
Yeah, I did see that on the tele, because I do. The Yankees, there are just so many games; it's impossible to watch all of them. And you know when you know you're gonna win, it's.
Now they're gonna lose. Play tomorrow, right?
We play right. We're playing today.
7:10. We're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Going to see a show tonight.
Yes, we're going to see. There's a photo of the guy we're seeing up there, Sal Volcano from the Impractical Jokers. Okay, is it possible that Joe Gatto comes out?
No,
That's not possible.
not possible.
Not possible. Why isn't it? Like if that.
You could, not Joe.
Why not Joe?
Not gonna happen.
But Joe was with Murray the other night.
Yeah. There's chance. There's always a chance for anything.
I thought, would you like go wild if that
I think everybody would go wild at the Beacon.
Yes, don't attack us at the Beacon. No attack there tonight.
I think this will be out after that.
Yes, but in the future, don't.
Don't attack the Beacon. Period.
Yes, don't attack anyone.
Don't. Violence is not the
We're
answer.
Quakers here. Don't attack anyone.
This guy with his history.
That's not. It's just religious knowledge.
Yeah, but it's history.
If you run into a Quaker, you're gonna be like, I don't know anything about you. It's gonna be insulting to them. Whatever.
It's very Larry David of you.
Yeah.
What else is there?
About the Yankees, well, I guess we didn't really. I mean, the bats had been cold for a while until we've gone to Chicago. I have a feeling the balls may be juiced. Because over the last 2 days, scoring has been up like
Or we're just playing
40%
and across the league.
across the league.
Well, we've had a lot of high-scoring games recently with good pitching, which is strange.
Yeah,
Good pitching with high-scoring game.
but
14.
yeah,
Nine.
It's also hot in Chicago. Right
It is
now,
hot.
though.
Well, it's hot here.
So the ball
It's getting hot here.
Yeah, but like when we played the Rangers, it's cold. Mother's Day weekend. Glaber in a Little League ballpark. We on the Wednesday we were walking with the pad, not the pad, the computer.
We in our school
We were walking around with it, and on the street, and Glaber got a knock, and he got 2 RBIs.
12:35 game
Yeah, that's a weird start time.
for a Wednesday.
It's a travel day. It's a get out of the day.
Yeah, I guess. So
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know one more thing. Chapman, at some point, will not be a closer on this team. It's just like he's gonna blow a couple games, and it's gonna be really bad. The guy is
gonna happen.
just-
he's crazy.
yeah.
He's a crazy guy.
I just put Clay Holmes in there, man. Clay Holmes is just so
Even
good.
Peralta probably.
No, Peralta. Do you know that guy doesn't even pitch? Peralta doesn't pitch.
Better than Talkman.
Much better than Talkman's in Japan.
So is
Oh my god, I didn't even tell you this. Do you know who had in a bat last night? I was watching Quick Pitch this morning. And do you know who got a walk against Max Scherzer for the Mariners? I sent you that he was back on the Mariners.
Ford.
Ford, yeah.
He's back.
He's back. He
So
got
wait, did we
traded.
just talk? He was on the Giants.
He was on the Mariners.
Then he got
DFA'd.
picked up by the Giants.
And then the
for
Giants,
one game.
And he played well. And then they DFA'd him and they traded him back to the Mariners. All in a span of like 4 days.
I looked at his Instagram. You know what his bio is? Question mark. It used to say wherever he
Yankees.
was, Yankees, and then he went to where did he go right after? A triple. No, he went to the.
No, he went triple.
No. He went to the-
After week coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to triple. He went to
No,
he went to the Rays.
No, I thought he went to Washington.
No, he was on Washington. He went on the
He
Rays.
won the Rays regular roster for one day.
I don't know.
It was on one day.
All I know is
He's
been
bounced.
He's been bounced like a ball. He's been passed
And he's
around.
fine. He's good.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Let's see if he's in the lineup for tonight's game. Well, nothing Canes. That's not good.
take a look at tonight's game. Please hold while John checks.
Free from desire.
Any update? Are the Mariners playing? Yeah. Oh,
he's
he is.
DHing.
We got to watch that.
Wow, you don't really want to. He never DH. They respect him that much. They want him to hit. Good for him.
Well, Yanks are showing off tomorrow. Scary times for us Rangers.
We could go see Mike Ford tomorrow in person.
We could.
No.
No. Scary times. And the Jets did some good drafting.
Yeah, Jets. It was all good and well to be 8-9.
So hopefully Rangers can clinch up.
Hopefully.
If not,
knock on
wood.
knock on bone.
Knock on bone, and we'll definitely keep contact going as the summer arises.
Break a leg, Rangers, except for lingering, because that could actually happen.
As they say in Pittsburgh, Igor.
And let's go Pens, not LGR.
Not LGR. Everybody stay safe. We'll see you